INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, and your gang of electoral bandits, your peace will only come when una confess and tell Nigerians the thing will happen for 2023. Until we, the victims of the criminality and injustice, where una do 2023, until we find justice, una self, una no go rest. Nigerians, I beg you, pay attention. Make all of una they follow waiting they go on. A lot of distractions in this country. That is the plan, so that people will not pay attention to the most important thing. They won't rig 2027 election. They won't consolidate on the criminality will take place for 2023 because we have failed to hold the people who do them accountable. Make I just tell una the simple truth. This electoral reform with compulsory transmission of results electronically, they no one do them. National Assembly no one do them, both House and Senate. The only thing where we bring that kind of electoral reform, now electoral revolution. Nigerians must get ready to protest and occupy National Assembly to demand that electoral reform with compulsory electronic transmission of results because they no one do them. But even if they do them, elections are be electoral reform with good laws are only as good as the people will go implement them. The criminality where currently they go on for INEC, it requires the attention of everybody. But opposition keep quiet. ADC, nobody they talk. I don't they shout since, but everybody just they go on. But Mahmood, me I no go leave this issue of election because the next INEC chairman where they come go wars past you, and we must send a memo to him through you because you cannot do what you did in 2023 and go just like that. Mahmood, you said that there was a glitch in 2023. Make una listen, oh. You said there was a glitch, and that is why they don't transmit presidential election results live. Professor Mahmood, if there was a glitch, who are the companies where you give the contract to build the IRF server and we're supposed to host the domain? What happened to those companies since there was a glitch? Professor Mahmood, who are the contractors working with INEC? What be the criteria where they take give them those contracts? What exactly have they been doing? How much have been spent and who have been holding them accountable? Professor Mahmood, we need to know these companies. Who is Share Trade Consolidated Integrated Limited Nigeria? Now them be the mother company of Share Trade Data Network Solutions Limited. They do this issue of e-transmission as far back as even 2018, 2019 Ekiti election. Now them do IRF server, be no be them do them. As they not deliver, are they still your contractors? What of INEC, Tennessee, Crow Farm, and many other companies where some with who are the persons who own those companies? And as they not deliver, what have been done to them? Are they still not the contractors who will want use even as they move forward into 2027? Ori Buruku Lenshe INEC. INEC Oshi Lenshe. Una think say Nigerians, all of us are stupid people, we are dumb. Me, I'm not a part of that gullible Nigeria. We must hold you to account, Professor Mahmood. If you say there was a glitch, what exactly happened? Where we say the time where they suggest before the election say they should use the banking network, make una sign MOU with bank so that they can host the domain since their own network is more secure. Why did you disagree to the use of that banking network? When una know say this beavers machine, they are function equipments of criminality. A lot of them are being compromised. Yet you went ahead to say they should give the contract to these people. Even when they failed to deliver, nothing was done. Even when you, Mahmood, you sabi say that you have the powers from the Electoral Act to be able to sit down and review the outcome of election. After that election, did you meet with CSO? Was there any standing order for you to tell them that you were not discussing the 2023 election? What is going on in the INEC IT department? Where Engineer Chidi, one of the head of the INEC department, we've been done there for years, what does he know about the IT department and everything that happened till 2023? Nigerians are not fools, so Nigerians make una shine on an eye. Mahmood, you cannot claim to be ignorant of what happened because 2021, now you set up paper presentation. Position paper 1, electronic transmission of result by you. It was signed by yourself, Mahmood Yakubu. I go post them there. You stated clearly that the purpose of electronic transmission of result was for 3 things: for trust, for efficiency, and for safety. Trust, efficiency, and safety, Professor Mahmood. And you stated in these documents that you had already test run this e-transmission for a decade. That is more than 10 years coming. But yet, on the day of implementation, there was a glitch. Nigerians, who are the contractors with INEC? Who they handle the logistics? Shebina NURTW, who be the president of NURTW? Kundus Muyi or Shilenshe INEC? Professor Mahmood, you must tell us what have been done to these companies that failed to deliver. The billions that were spent on this INEC IRF, the company that was awarded, as they not deliver, what has been done to them? Who are the ones you people are preparing for 2027? 2027, the people of Nigeria, we must liberate ourselves. Anyhow, when I do them, it will be the people's opposition against this evil and inhumane system. Nigerian shine when I me, I go do my best. At the end, make them no say that people no talk. The one where we don't talk, don't reach. It's left for you people to wake up and act on it. The criminality where they go on for INEC, how much is the salary of INEC staff? They are so hungry. That is why all of them don't become weapons. We must also take care of the welfare because the junior staff where they for INEC, a lot is going on. A lot they go on for INEC. Shine your eye, Nigeria. Mahmoud, who are these companies? Who are your contractors? What do you know about 2023? You will not find that peace until we Nigerians find peace from 2023.
Confirm now, Peter for Nigeria and other well-meaning Nigerians has been pushing seriously for all these electoral reforms because of what happened in 2023 presidential election. But it is so shocking to see that electoral body like the INEC and also the National Assembly has not given any serious or clear update as at what to expect or how this electoral reform is going to be come 2027 presidential election. And this is the reason why people has been saying that if care is not taken, if electoral reform is not settled, that what happened in 2023 might still happen again. And this time around, it will not just happen, it might happen with another grand style. Now, when I talk about electoral reform being settled, it is not just settling into, it must be bounded with strong agreement and strong consequences, to the extent that if somebody tampers with it, the person will not just go in for it, but any result that is gotten from it will be cancelled and everything will be start afresh. And the person too that tampered with it will still go in for it, so that others will desist from doing that. And so many other things are still happening because of this coming 2027 election. But what do you think? In fact, let me allow you to see other more updates on what is going on. Listen to it, and after that, I will be back. Let's go there.
Two questions that reasonable Nigerians are asking from the leaders of Nigeria's political coalition that has adopted the African Democratic Congress (ADC) as its political platform for the general elections in 2027, with particular reference to the presidential election, are two questions. The first one is more complex than the second one, and it is this: that why must it be that only somebody from the north can defeat the incumbent president Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027? Why must that be? And whose idea it is that only somebody from the north can defeat Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027? Whose idea is that? Where is that idea originating from? Who cooked it up, or who brought it up? Who and why? So I don't think we have been giving any explanation as to why only somebody from the north can defeat Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027, other than to accommodate the initiator of the coalition, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who the whole world knows has been desperate to become Nigeria's president since 2007. He aimed at succeeding the former president Olusegun Obasanjo, to whom he was vice president 1999 to 2007. He failed because he is from the north and Obasanjo is from the south, with specific reference to southwest. So and since then he has been trying all his best to become Nigeria's president. Doesn't want to know whether it is the turn of the north or not. So his sense of justice is zero. His sense of justice, consideration for other people is zero, even from that point of view alone. Up to 2023, when the former president Muhammadu Buhari ended his own 8 years from the north, and Atiku Abubakar does not see anything wrong with another person from the north itching to become Nigeria's president by all means. So that means that he is as desperate as the former president Muhammadu Buhari, who was also desperate. But despite his desperation to become Nigeria's president, he became Nigeria's president, and what did he do? He only worsened the situation of Nigeria, adding herdsmen terrorism to the ravaging war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, a community that was peaceful throughout the presidency of Olusegun Obasanjo. He perpetrated the war and added herdsmen terrorism. So with all his desperation, what did he do after becoming Nigeria's president? And that is how Atiku Abubakar is also desperate. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was as desperate as saying it is my turn, meaning that between himself and Muhammadu Buhari there was an agreement that they were going to succeed each other. And he too became the president. What has he done in more than 2 years as Nigeria's president? Perpetuating the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, perpetuating herdsmen terrorism, and adding his own. All subsidies are gone, and the obvious consequences are there. Multiplication, mushrooming, armed bandits, and even more terrorist organizations coming to Nigeria. You don't want to be in the northern part of Nigeria, in Zamfara, in Niger State, Zamfara, Niger State, in the north central, not to mention Sokoto, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina itself. Katsina is worse hit despite producing 2 presidents of Nigeria, Umaru Musa Yar'Adua and Muhammadu Buhari. So what has the north to show for wanting to be the president by all means? What has the north to show? What has the north to show for that? But whose idea is that, other than the political camp of Atiku Abubakar? And the second question is also based on the argument that for democracy reason, the presidential ticket of the ADC cannot be considered to a particular person because we are in a democratic setting. So therefore, the presidential ticket must be open to north and south because of democracy. So meaning that democracy supersedes justice. That is the impression. That's the argument. So democracy devoid of justice. The democracy is superior to justice. Democracy devoid of justice. Or what? Because now we want north, south, and zonal justice, so that we have a modicum of justice in the presence of political, economic, religious, political, and economic injustices. It is religious, political injustice against the Boko Haram Muslim community, protesting the abuse of Western education to perpetrate haram, which nobody can deny, leading to gross underdevelopment of Nigeria and mass abject poverty. And you declare war on the community, saying that the Islam of the community is unorthodox. So to be orthodox, Muslim must indulge in Boko Haram. Or what are they telling us? What are they telling us? And also, if you want to do north-south justice, you must also do zonal justice. And in the south, we have 3 zones. The southwest produce Olusegun Obasanjo 8 years. The south produced Goodluck Ebele Azikiwe Jonathan 8 years in Aso Rock as vice president and as president, 2007 to 2015. Goodluck Ebele Azikiwe Jonathan, even though he too is still itching to return to Aso Rock, and because he perpetrated the war against Boko Haram, that as desired by the Muslim imperialists, they don't mind having him back, so that Nigeria can be perpetually ravaged by governmental terrorism. Leading to worsening mass abject poverty and boosting terrorism, boosting armed banditry. So those are the issues that the so-called leaders of the coalition, so they have ulterior motive, and their motive is as clear as sunlight. So anybody supporting the coalition short of justice is unjust. And we face the wrath of God, because all those inflicting hardship on Nigerians, we face the wrath of God, telling lie that there is something called fuel subsidy in Nigeria. Subsidy from where to what? That question has not been answered. So the foolish people are supporting the unjustifiable and avoidable war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, and supporting herdsmen terrorism. Grazing of cattle in agrarian fields. How is that not an absurdity? So nothing matters anymore, and even a professor can accept to be the chairman of the All Progressives Congress, that is actually All Retrogressive Congress 2015 till date, telling lies against fuel subsidy, and even claiming to be to be transferring funds to indigent households while paying workers less than living wage, and even sinking Nigeria in debts. So where is the hope? Where is the sanity, religious, politically and economically? And we say, let us start with justice, north, south, and zonal justice. You say because of democracy. Democracy is more important than justice. Democracy devoid of justice. It is as absurd as grazing cattle in agrarian fields. and as devilish as waging war against a community protesting Boko Haram. Abuse of Western education for human exploitation, leading to gross underdevelopment of Nigeria and worsening mass abject poverty, which nobody can deny, other than the Fulani Muslim imperialists that initiated the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, taking undue advantage of the presidency of Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. And because Goodluck Ebele Azikiwe Jonathan was desperate to become the president, he keyed into the war, handed over to another Fulani Muslim imperialist, Muhammadu Buhari, and somebody who became Jagaba of the Fulani race, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We don't know whether his mother was impregnated by a Fulani herdsman or a Fulani. We don't know why he's doing what he's doing. So my own conclusion has always been that maybe Tinubu's mother was impregnated by a Fulani Muslim imperialist because he became the Fulani Jagaban. So how do you interpret it? I need your intervention. But as for the coalition, if it wants support, must toe the line of justice or forget about it. And I've told Peter Obi, if by now they are still dilly-dallying, find your way. PDP, any other one, Nigerians, don't let us continue to support perpetrators of politicization of Islam and Christianity. What they will do and want to continue to do is what they are doing. And Atiku Abubakar has let nobody in doubt that he's looking for power to continue the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, and by extension, I believe, herdsmen terrorism, as it were. And all subsidies are gone. So, if that is what you want, good luck to you. Otherwise, Peter Obi represents North, South, and zonal justice. And I don't know anybody who is with that cap other than Peter Obi. Not even the Southeasterners, the Igbo people. And let me ask, why must Igbo people, the Southeast, must be alienated and marginalized? So 3 zones in the South, 2 have produced somebody who is the head of Nigeria, North, Southwest, South, remaining Southeast. And you are doing everything to ensure that nobody emerges. For what reason? If you don't want the Southeast again, tell them to quit. Let dismantle Nigeria and see who wants to belong and who don't want to belong. But to say that the Nigeria's unity is not negotiable, that was the dirty language of Muhammadu Buhari, and now eulogized by his kind, Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the rest of them. Even Nasir El-Rufai, he said Muhammadu Buhari is his political godfather. And nonsense, rubbish, dirty things like that. Garbage, stinking. So, support the Southeast with particular reference to Peter Obi, the only person from the Southeast that is ready, and Nigerians are ready to support him. Not Atiku Abubakar, who does not care. All he cares about is how he will become president, like Muhammadu Buhari and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Providentially, we have seen what desperate people can do, that they don't mean well. If you mean well, you will not be desperate for anything. You will not take anything as do or die. Atiku Abubakar is as desperate, not less desperate than Muhammadu Buhari, who was weeping in 2011 that he did not become Nigeria's president, and he became Nigeria's president 2015 to 2023. He worsened the situation more than anybody, and the only person that has surpassed him in sinking Nigeria is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So another desperate person who has been desperate since 2007 till date to become Nigeria's president, not minding his age, not minding any form of justice, but how to become Nigeria's president. No way, by God's grace, no way. Enough is enough of spoiling Nigeria, of messing up Nigeria with Islamization and Christianization and corruption. 3 things: Islam, Christianity, corruption. Abusing Western education to perpetrate corruption, messing up life of Nigerians in a nation blessed with abundant human and material resources. Nigerians, wake up from your slumbers. Your church and mosque, if they will save you, they will have saved you by now. Stop being deceived. You can see that those who invited Peter Obi to Edo State invited him because of his money, a Catholic hospital. And that is what he's known for, supporting Catholic institutions. That's what Peter Obi is known for. But he's not worse than any other person. That's my argument. All we can do is to continue to bombard him, to prepare him for the task ahead. That's my concern. Not that there's a better person that I know. No, there may be better person. I don't know the person. The person we know now is the person we can relate with, Peter Obi.
You get the point. Now, what do you think about this electoral reform? Do you think that they are going to talk about it at all, or they will just keep quiet till 2027 presidential election? What about the ADC coalition? What do you think about that? In fact, share your thought with me on the comment section. And of course, you know the vibe. Click on that subscribe button, follow, and share for more updates. Because like this, we more.